The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, it's Lance. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now after the sack, Lance and the Niners staring up here at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Here's Lance to throw it. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 16. And the return will stop right around the 25. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's McLaughlin. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
High to first down and more. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And They'll try the jet sweep here. And he goes diving forward to try to get an extra yard or two. Trey Brown there on the stop. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of...
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. John Ross there to make the grab. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead. Point after here coming up. And the route is on here in this first half.
Missed the score. Vikings 45, 49ers 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Off of play action, here's Lance. He finds his man complete. It's Simmons. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Lance. He sets to fire deep. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Cook. They find some open field here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Switch.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On second down, it's Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Looking to throw. Vernon. Flushed out right. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So this drive maybe didn't end with the same kind of success they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down. But a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that's...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Handoff here to Nwangu. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Nick Bosa drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. The Lance going to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Glover. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And incomplete on the deep ball. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Lance looks to throw again. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 24, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8. The last time we saw 7, 2001, right? Yeah.
Tied in. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Another run now for Nwangu. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. One quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Mike spot board, Mike spot board, Mike spot 19 tight, 19 tight. Break 53, right there, 54 Mike. Hey, watch the slant, watch the slant. 54.
Back to throw. Vernon. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
Now a throw here to his running back. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Ayuk there to make the grab. And the Niners get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point pretty close to that right upright, but he does get it to go as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point on the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this fourth quarter. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Eason to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 63 yards on the ground for him so far.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. They run high. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
54, right there. 54 Mike. All day, just like that. Just like it.
On the toss, here's Nwangu. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
Oh, design run for their wideout. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd down, Cook. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Vikings on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is third down and 12. Play action. It's Eason. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Lance. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing on first down is Lance. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Hands it off out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Lance looking to throw it. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you used the word sparked, because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.